What is up, all my humans, my aliens, my hybrids, anyone and everything watching this video? Daniel White Owl Psychic bringing you your card of the day. So, what are we looking at? We are looking at the Two of Air. Okay, what's so important about the Two of Air? Take a close look. I want you to look at it again. Okay, what's so important about it? Unity and separation, duality, polarity, all that stuff. So, what's so important about unity and separation? Well, they go hand in hand, they are together. Okay, you can't have one without the other. It's the yin and yang of it's what it is. You can't go into something new until you separate the old. Okay, you can't have unity without some form of separation. And you can't have separation without unity. So, how does this play into our daily lives? You want the unity of your Holy Trinity of the mind, body, spirit. So, you have to separate certain things out of your life in order to better achieve that unity. The unity is there, but you need a stronger connection to it. So, the body needs separation of bad foods, of stress, of drinking too much alcohol, abusing of certain drugs, abusing of plant medicines. You need these things. You need that separation. And for the mind, you need this. You need that separation of stress, and even stress will play on the body also. And then the spirit. It is, well, how do I put this? It can end up being a separation of all the things you have been taught as a child. Separating what society has told you is right and wrong. Who is right and wrong? It is being able, and I'm talking about in faith here, not I mean everything else, but in faith. We are led to believe, or we are constructed to believe certain things. It's up to you what you want to believe, right? For a lot of us, we've constructed our own faith, and that's what. And for some of us, it's a unification of all forms of spirituality and religion in order to separate all the stuff of the different types of spirituality and religion. Same thing comes with relationships. Okay? You want to start a new relationship, you got to end the old one. You can't go into a new one without ending the old one. You know, this could be business relationship, this could be a job, this could be a significant other. Now, I'm not saying to do that right now because now's not a good time to do that separations of significant others, especially with Mars in retrograde and Jupiter becoming direct. Not yet, at least. Take time to analyze the situation. But it's a lot I want you guys to look into. How, at this point, can we unify humanity? We're already separated. Man, he's already separated. Long before what's going on here in the States. It began with the putting up of walls and borders. That was the beginning, true, really true beginning of separation of people. That's a big deal. Now remember, for a time, it was just tribes that were nomadic, or tribes that were settled, but they were welcoming of others because they were curious of who they were and wanted to learn about who they were. So, how do we unify? We're so separated. How do we unify again? It comes down to the separation of what we've been taught, of what society and our own parents have taught us. We learn how to hate. It's true. I mean, for some people, it's obvious. It's like we were just learning how to hate certain cultures, certain peoples. For some of us, we were taught how to love only, only a certain people and not to pay no mind to others. That's still a form of separation. It wasn't a love of all humanity, a love of all human beings, a love of all species on this planet, a love of the planet. We were separated by the thought that this planet could sustain itself without us doing anything to it. We feel like we do no harm. But now everyone's unified and realizing the planet is suffering. Humanity is suffering. All species on this planet are suffering. You have to separate what you've been taught. You have to separate what people show you. And learn for yourself. Learn the knowledge for yourself. I want you to really pay attention to this picture. Pay attention to it. You see the two halves of one being, of one angelic being, with justice on the scales. Look to one side, plain black. Look to the one side, plain white. And it's plain. There's no magic on either side. Not until both sides come together and is emerging that magic will be born. Unification will be born. It has to come together and then start to merge into one another. Learning, knowledge, truth. Separate from the lies that you've been taught. Separate from the fears that you've been taught. Why do you fear another culture? Why do you feel other people? Why do you fear them? Because you were taught that? Have you spent time with them? Do you know from your own firsthand experience how these people are? Now, I'm not putting race into this, but I'm putting culture into this. I'm putting an individual human into this. Do you know each and every individual human? Do you just see them and automatically judge? How do you separate from all that? That is the big thing. You have to try to separate from that. Get to know your neighbor. Get to know your neighbor's neighbor. Get to know your neighborhood. Get to know your community. Get to know yourself. Okay? You got to bring unity even within yourself. Now, it's not a time for me to say, this is for the population. Every one of you should do this as a group. It doesn't work that way anymore. It comes from the individual person, causing a ripple effect of love and joy, of higher vibration, bringing together of unity. It starts with the individual person. It starts with you. And then it starts with you, and then it goes into your home with your significant other, with your children. How do you teach them? Do you teach them to love everyone, everything? Or do you teach them to love a specific thing, a specific person? Or do you just teach them to hate? Look at your own actions. Look at your own thoughts. Your thoughts, your actions, and your words are so powerful. They can unify and they can separate. You have to choose which one you want to go with. Continue to separate or continue to unify. But then again, what are you trying to unify? Are you trying to unify hatred? Hatred of others? Are you trying to unify that old aspect, that old human ways? This person's bad. This animal's bad. This part of the planet is bad. It's not true. It's not true at all. Everyone has love in them. Everyone has hate in them. It's how we utilize them. It's the unification of love and hate. They're always going to be there. It's there. It's always going to be there. It's just what it is. But we can fight to make it to where it's like a 90% love and 10% hate, where it is like a hatred of criminals, a hatred of abusers, child abusers, things like that. That form of despise and hate will always be there. But just to hate an individual because you don't know them, because you don't understand them, that sucks, man. That really sucks. We want this world to be happy. This world feeds on our vibrations. Haven't you noticed something? The amount of earthquakes happening, fires, devastations, or what feels like the world itself is collapsing. The world itself is separating because we give the separation vibration, and not in a healthy way. So, what are you going to do to learn to separate yourself from a lot of the negativity? How are you going to bring together and unify anything? Bring a form of unification energy into your life so that you can teach it to others, so that you can show it to others. Because all of you guys are hating each other. Really? Why? Really? Ask yourself why. You have to have a very good reason. You seriously do. And right now, none of you do. None of you have a good reason. So, I hope this video has helped you. If you feel like this video can help anyone else in your life, please share it with them. And I hope you all have a blessed and amazing day. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.